It is what, like 11:30 at night, and I decided to get up and come to my altar. Look, I don't know if anybody else has been feeling this, but ever since that last time change, and I live in the central time zone, so it gets dark now at like what, 4:45, 4:50, which like changes the dynamics of everything. I'm sitting here looking outside, it's pitch black. So by 6 o'clock, my body is like, hey, like it's bedtime, even though it's only 6:30 in the evening, this time frame. And I was talking to my brother about it too as well a few days ago, and he was like, yeah, him and my older cousin, they were like, yeah, we've just been like exhausted lately. So I'm like, okay, it's not just me then. I've been really tired. Like I haven't even been keeping up with my recordings and my messages, and talking about my dreams and whatnot, which have been really crazy. Matter of fact, just tonight before I decided to get up and go to my altar. And the reason I went to my altar was because I had this really weird dream about my sister and I. And we were in the car driving to the park to take my niece to the playground. And as we're heading to the park, there's this like a what do you call it? One of, like when they're doing construction and they have like one of those vehicles. I don't know what it's called. I think like a steamroller, you call it, or something. They had that parked like in the road, or it was like a narrow road, and there was two directional, cars going this way, cars going the other way, and there was a car parked on one side and then the steamroller on the other side, and they weren't like side by side, but one was just slightly ahead of the other, and it left like a small gap. So my sister was driving and she was trying to maneuver the car through the gap so that we could get to the park. And growing up, like my mom had real bad road. She had a really bad road rage. So she used to always be honking her horn and screaming and cursing, like, drive that shit. And for some reason in the dream, like as we're sitting there stuck, my sister and I look at each other and we're like, I wish they would drive that shit. And we just started laughing, thinking about like our mom, which is crazy. Like, I don't know, like if y'all think, I don't know, I still, even with as much as I'm learning, I still get so amazed when I have dreams and like things from real life. Like I'll have a dream where in the dream I'm thinking about something, or I'm remembering something that actually happened in real life, right? Like I don't know why that still amazes me, because I've had that happen a few times where in the dream I'll have to like revert to remembering something, that actually happened to me in real life. But anyways, so my sister like maneuvers through the two cars, and we're headed to like the parking lot of the playground, and we see this huge bear, like this, was it black or brown? It was like both. It was like black and brown, like kind of like a mixed colored fur. But I want to say like mostly black. But for some reason, when I think about it, I'm remembering shades of brown, but I'm remembering it being mostly black. But this bear was like, it wasn't normal. Like it was, first of all, it was huge. Like it was bigger than any bear should actually be. But the abnormality was that like its body and its head weren't proportioned. Like the head of the bear was just as big as the body was. So I was like, what is this? Like, what is this? And this is not the first time I've dreamt of bears, but normally they're regular, standard looking, proportionate size bear. Like this thing was humongous. It was huge. And like another animal comes up, and for some reason when I woke up and I was trying to like jot down the dream, I couldn't remember what the second animal was. But another animal came up, and of course this animal was also larger than what it typically is. But this animal, I just remember thinking this animal is powerful and it's fast. So I was like, that bear is huge. This animal is not going to be able to fight off this bear with it being that big. But I said, this animal is fast, so it should be able to like run away. So the bear sees the animal and starts chasing it. And then the bear is like right on its tail. And then we're realizing, we're like, wait a minute. Not only is this bear super huge with this ginormous head, but this thing has like super speed. Like, ain't no bear supposed to be moving that thing was moving. It was running like a cheetah. Like, it was dust flying. I mean, that thing was gone. And then of course, like, I end up waking up because like at the end of the dream, a train is coming, and I'm like, wait a minute now. Like, where is a train coming from? And where I live now, I'm actually right down the street, like, maybe not even a mile, maybe like a couple of 100 feet. There's a train track that, I have to cross over before I get to the main light. So of course, when I wake up, I hear the train. So I'm like, okay, that's where that train is coming from, because there's a train going across the tracks in the middle of the night. Because I was like, where is this? Because I've had dreams. Trains actually show up in my dreams a number of times. And I try to always remember the symbolism. But because I live near the train tracks, not so much most of the time. Okay. Don't you scratch that up. Okay, I have a cat. So if y'all hear noises and things in the background, he is up late at night with me, crawling through the blinds and scratching at everything. I had his nails cut yesterday. I found him, actually. He jumped in my car. I was going to the recycling center to recycle some plastics, and he jumped in my car and would not get out. And the guy at the recycling center was like, yeah, that's one of the babies. He said, I've been trying to, find homes, homes for them. He really needs a home. So he was like, you can take him if you want him. And at first I kind of thought about it, and I love cats. I'm a cat person. But I was like, oh, I haven't had an animal in so long. And, at least it's not like a dog where I have to get home and walk it in the middle of the day and stuff, which I actually probably need, because then that's going to force me to have to get out and walk more, which I've been saying that I'm going to do anyways. But I keep saying I'm going to do it at the new year, new year, new me. I don't know why I keep putting it off when Spirit has been telling me for forever to, start back being more consistent with your exercising, right? But anyways, he is just so cute, and he's black and gray, and he looks just like the cat that I had back when I was in middle school. So I just he wouldn't get out my car anyways. So I just went ahead and kept him and drove him over to the vet, and I let them, they gave him his vaccinations and checked him for fleas and ticks and worms, and he was clean. Thankfully, since he was born and living outside, that was a concern. But thankfully, he's clean. He's in good health. Teeth are good. He won't stop tearing up my blinds. But I figured it would take him like a while before he kind of got settled in. But as soon as he got home, he was acting like he'd been here before. He just kind of all over the place. Took, I'd say, less than an hour to kind of just walk around and explore. And already he has his favorite spots. Like right now, he likes to hide in the blinds. And he only, I don't know why, like he wasn't, I don't know. Like, I can see you clearly. It's so weird to me how cats can like maneuver their bodies to where the blinds are almost flat. Like, if not for his tail sticking out, the blinds are almost as flat as they are when they're just sitting there normally. It's like cats are they're so mystic. They're mystical creatures. And I don't even, and the only reason why I say mystical is actually because when I woke up, and I was getting ready, I like to, take a fresh shower. I like to be like super, super clean before I come to my altar. So as I'm like showering, getting ready to come to my altar, out of nowhere, that song, by Mystical, Bouncin Back, just got stuck in my head. And all I kept hearing is, you keep bumping me against, how does he go? Crap. You keep bumping me against the wall. Yeah, I know I let you slide before. Until you seen me, trust me, you ain't seen Bouncin Back. And I don't know why that's like the chorus just got stuck in my head. So when I came to my altar, I played the song, and as I'm listening to it, I'm like, man, like, it's crazy how a lot of these artists, and I don't even know like if they mean to do this or if it's just like because, they're being inspired by Spirit and sometimes don't even really realize it. But some of these songs are like super mystical, right? they're super magic. Like there's just magic woven throughout the lyrics, right? Because even in the very first line when he starts off, he says, throwing my words, which to me, as soon as I heard that he was like, yeah, I'm throwing my words, I'm thinking of like spell work, like speaking spells, right? Like power in the tongue, right? And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to it and I'm like, yo, this is a message. Like I know spirituality is not all love and light. Like I get it. But I'm just the type of person where I prefer to focus more on like growth, right? And like being positive. And like I know like in my journey, I just want to learn as much as possible. I just want to be as effective as possible. And I like to focus more on what I need to be learning, what I need to be doing to clear out any karma, any childhood traumas, anything that I can do that's going to help me grow on my path and my journey. Do I know there are people who spiritually attack me? Of course I know this. Of course I know this. And it's like the more you grow spiritually, the more you get attacked. I mean, to the point where you get attacked by people who, you really start to learn, like, it's really more people that's into this than will admit to it. And even like, it's crazy because like my older cousin, he was talking about it and he was like, even a lot of those, and I don't say this to be disrespectful, so I don't want to like, whatever. But he was like, even like those Bible thumpers, he was like, even those type of people that, will sit here and say, oh, it's just witchcraft. Oh, this and that. Oh, you got to follow Jesus and you got to do this and you got to do that. He was like, even a lot of those people behind the scenes, you'll find out, will be like into witchcraft and just don't say anything. So he was like, it's really one of those things like you never really know until you start your journey. And as you start your journey and you low and you grow, I meant to say, start low and then you grow. You really start getting a sense and a feel, and you can just start sensing people's energy, and you just be like, you just know, like you can really just tell by people's mannerisms and how they do things that like, yeah, this person is really not who they say they are, right? I'm hearing like wearing a mask, right? But anyways, he starts off by saying like, throwing my words, standing them up, jamming on them. Neptune's bamming on the drum, which is funny because like he said Neptune's, and like y'all know like Mystical, right? That's the name of the artist for anyone. I'm gonna add this to my album Songs of the Day, which I haven't even really been keeping up with. But anyways, I should have put a clip in here, but I stopped doing that because of those copyright infringements. But I may insert a clip. Matter of fact, I may record it a little bit and then put it at the very end of the video. But anyways, like mystical meaning magic, right? And then he says like Neptune's bamming on the drum, which if you guys know like the Neptunes, Pharrell and Chad. I always forget the name of the other guy, but thankfully it came to me this time. Pharrell and Chad. But anyways, that's who he's talking about. But when he said Neptune, I'm thinking like Neptune, the planet, which is the planet of magic and mysticism and spirituality, right? Which Neptune rules the planet of Pisces. So either you, I was about to say crazy one, but I don't know why. I was going to say mystical, but I'm hearing crazy. So I'm thinking more, because I was about to say either you are a Pisces or the person doing this is a Pisces. But since the term crazy came to mind, I'm going to say that the person doing this is a Pisces. Could be sun, moon, or rising. But the person doing this, I'm hearing, is like has heavy, Piscean energy in their chart, right? But anyways, like, even if you keep like going through the lyrics of the song, I'm just like, man, like he's really saying something here. Because then he goes on to say it. I'm jumping, like I'm not going to sit here and rap the whole song, but I'm just like jumping, picking out lyrics that were really standing out to me. And he was like, you gonna respect me and appreciate where I run at. You ain't gonna piss me off because you sorry that you done that, right? So basically I'm hearing like, put some respect on my name, right? So whoever this person was, and I've been trying not to focus so much on this energy lately, because this energy came out heavy when I got the message from the song Pastor Troy, This the City, and then Pastor Troy, This the City, and one of my other previous messages. I can't even think right now, but there were, matter of fact, they may be in my songs of the day. If they're not, I may add them later on. But I got this message heavy for this person doing the spell work. When I did messages like a month or two ago. And I've been trying not to focus so much on this energy, even though the energy has still been around. I've been trying not so much to focus on it, because I'm putting my time and my energy and my effort into my growth, not into focusing on what other people are doing. And there are so many readers out there who are focusing on this. I'm like, there's no need for me to do any videos or recordings about this. There are enough people talking about it. The spiritual attacks have been getting heavy for a long time now, and the people who are doing this, they just won't learn. Like they just won't learn. And I did a video not too long ago when I said, it's time, like, you need to focus on you, and it's time to let your spiritual team, handle it. I was about to say it's time to let your spiritual team have it. Let them handle it. And that's basically for those people who did that, who was like, I'm just going to put it in God's hand. I'm going to put it in my team's hand. This is basically the outcome of you doing that, right? Because it's like, what do you say? You ain't gonna piss me off because you're sorry that you done that, right? So like, you're at the point now in your growth where you're no longer allowing what other people do to affect you. And that's why they're sorry that they did that, because they're seeing your growth. They're seeing your maturity. They're seeing your level up. I'm hearing, level up. They're seeing you like leveling up at this rapid rate. And now it's to the point that like, they're seeing that what they're doing is not affecting you, right? Like you ain't gonna piss me off. They're seeing that what they're doing is no longer affecting you. And now they're getting to the point where they're sorry that they did that. They thought that by doing what they were doing, they were going to be able to hold you down for longer. And now that they're seeing that that's not happening, that actually as a result of them doing what they were doing, you have been leveling up faster. Now they're getting to the point where they are like, they are in deep regret that Kitty, you got to close these blinds. You can't have these blinds got to be closed. He got the blinds open and I don't, give me 1 second. Okay, y'all, I apologize for that. If y'all see like some of the artwork and some of the paintings that they have of like ancient, of like deities and whatnot, you'll notice that the women most of the time will have on dresses or skirts. Actually, they'll be long skirts and they'll be topless in like a lot of those depictions. Well, when I come to my altar, I wear a skirt or like a fabric that I tie around my waist, and I am typically topless. Well, this cat that normally hides behind the blinds decided that he wanted to use his body to part the blinds. So he had the blinds half open as I'm sitting here topless. So that obviously wasn't going to work. So I had to go throw something on. See, I can't even alter the way I want to alter already. But anyways, let me get back. See, now I forgot where I was in my message. And I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit because I wasn't intending this to be super long. But of course, whenever I say that, that's when they end up being longer than intended. But anyways, I know where I was. So anyways, so like basically this person doing spell work, trying to hold you back is what unintentionally ended up propelling you forward. Because the next lyric that stuck out was when he goes, I get meaner, badder, stronger, and ferocious. I'm coming back more fearless, more determined, right? And of course that don't rhyme because I'm like skipping over parts, right? But like, yeah, You've gotten stronger. You've gotten better. You've gotten meaner. And I don't mean that in like a like get back kind of sense, but like you're spiritually, you're getting stronger, right? And you're coming back more fearless and more determined. And what do you say? I ain't even started yet. So yeah, that's the crazy part. Like, and like in this picture that I'm using, so I don't know whose CD this is. I was trying to take get a depiction of the album cover, back in the day. Did they even do this anymore where they used to do singles? Streaming has really taken over to where artists don't even I don't even know if they still put out CDs like they used to. I think they just mostly put out songs now. But it used to be the artists, like if they had when they were getting ready to release a new album, if one of the songs that they put out first was like a hit, they would make it a single first before they released the album. So he did have this song as a single. And we really used to be out here buying whole CDs with one song on it. Like we really if a song come out and the single was a hit, I'm just now realizing that we really used to be out here buying whole CDs with only one song on it, and it had that song on repeat, right? But anyways, I digress. I was trying to find a depiction of the single, and I found this one. This is someone who actually got this autographed by Mystical in 2021, which was like 2 years ago, right? Which is crazy because I was going to use a different one. And for some reason, that 2021 stuck out to me. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and use this. I don't know whose CD this is, but this is what I'm going to use. But because I'm hearing that somebody just started their journey in 2021, like the end. I'm hearing like the end of 2021, like winter solstice, December timeframe, 2021. So when he says like, I ain't even started yet, like really you just a baby in your journey, but you are making huge strides. And like this person who was doing this, and for someone I'm getting, this is like someone that you were going to get spiritual work done or to get readings done, or to help you in your process. And this person saw that like you were, I'm hearing something serious. This person saw and they detected in your energy that you were something serious, right? And so they thought that they would be able to get at least a couple of years, off of you. And that ended up not happening. They may have even gotten a couple of months. For some of you, they may have gotten a couple of months at best, right? Before you really wised up. And this is why I've been hearing this message for a long time, like of someone being like, I'm so new to this, and spirit being like, yeah, but you've been true to this. Like your soul has been through this process so many times that even though it's new to you, it's really second nature to your higher self. Right. But, you're going through this process, and for this 3D, for this avatar that you're in at this moment, for this timeline that you're on at this moment, all of this stuff is new to you. But because your higher self has been, I'm hearing, on this rodeo, on this merry-go-round so many times, you are really propelling at a rapid rate. And this person, which to be honest, like this is my little segue. If you're a reader and you're reading someone's energy and you can tell right off the bat that this person is new on their journey, but their higher self is someone powerful, I don't even know why you would want to play with them to begin with, because at some point, the games that you're playing are going to come to an end. And at some point, this person is going to realize. So like, yeah, I mean, I guess in a sense, you'll get like a couple of, like, if you're just that good, you may get a couple of years off this person where you're stealing their gifts, because that is possible, where you are stealing their gifts and keeping them low. You might extend, their ascension, or not extend, but like extend, yeah. But I'm really saying like you might, like delay is what I want to say. You might delay their ascension process, but at some point, this person is going to get to where it is they're trying to go. At some point, their higher self is going to prevail and come through. And when that happens, like, the longer you're in this energy of trying to use and abuse this person, the bigger debt you're digging yourself into. So you might, you might actually want to be grateful that this person didn't get stuck the way you wanted them to, because the deeper that person would have gotten stuck, chosen one, the deeper you would have gotten stuck from this person doing black magic on you, the deeper the grave they would have been building for themselves, their ancestors, and their offspring. And even in one of those Pastor Troy songs, the messages that I was doing before, I'm hearing that like once your ancestors in the spirit realm went to this person's ancestors, I'm hearing that some of these practitioners, some of their ancestors even cut ties with them, because like your ancestors came to them like, yo, like get your people, like what are we doing here? But anyways, that's, I don't really want to do a message about old messages that I've already done. I just want to stick to this one. But yeah, for someone, I'm getting like you still like your avatar, your 3D avatar that's on this particular timeline is like a baby in the game. And even as a baby, you are out here killing it, right? So the next part that he has, like, if you ain't ready, you better get ready, which really went with the part I said before about you coming back more determined, more fearless. And of course, I did such a long segue that I kind of got off that a little bit. But the next part that he does that stuck out, he was like, I do it better when I'm being opposed. Stick your chest out, keep your chin up, because sometimes you got to get knocked down. Sometimes you got to get knocked down to get up, right? So I'm hearing like for you, and this is a lot of that hidden in plain sight energy. This is a lot of that for whoever you are, where fear is like your biggest, what do I want to say? Like your biggest obstacle. I did a video called Fear is Your Biggest Obstacle. For a lot of you, you had to get knocked against the wall. For a lot of you to get here, and for a lot of you to get to where spirit is really trying to get you to be, you had to get knocked against the wall. So that's for the ones who like were like me, where you were like at the job where things were just getting bad out of nowhere. Like, starting at like last year and going into the beginning of this year at my old job, out of nowhere, things just started getting really bad really quickly. And so like for a lot of you, for anyone who may have lost their job or been, contemplating leaving their job, if your relationship has gone downhill, if, family situations have started to go downhill, that's really spirit trying to clear. It's spirit trying to force you, because spirit is basically like, for a lot of you, for some of you, this is the path that you chose, your higher self chose. For others of you, I'm hearing you weren't really stepping up like spirit needed you to. So spirit, what's that saying? Like, if you put someone, like someone's gonna come out clawing or something if you put their back against the wall, or come out swinging if you put their back against the wall, or something like that. That's basically what spirit had to do. Spirit was like, you weren't going to move, and you weren't going to stand up. You were not going to stand in your power and actually do something until that was your only choice. So that's why spirit was allowing these people to kind of force your hand. They were allowing these people to back you up into a corner, because spirit knew that was the only way you were going to come out swinging. And that's what spirit needed you to do. Spirit needed you to step in your power. So spirit was like, we sorry, baby. We love you. Know that we love you, but we had to let them knock you down so that you could get back up. Right. And now that you're getting up, now that y'all are standing in your power, now that y'all are getting up, spirit is like, okay, tag me in. Now it's my time. Now this person is about to go round for round with spirit, because now that person has accomplished their mission in the sense of getting you to step up and do what you need to do and stand in your power. But this person is overstepping their boundaries, and they keep going. So now it's time to tag spirit in, right? But and then he goes like, no matter what's happened, if it's only once, it's shame on you. If you come up in here and do it again, it's shame on me. So basically, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Which I don't really get too much from that, except for the sense of once spirit shows you who someone is, or once your spirit recognizes who someone is, if you continue to fool with that person, then in a sense, it's shame on you. And in a sense, like if spirit is showing you who someone is, and if your higher self is recognizing who someone is, if you continue to allow that person in your life and to influence you and not necessarily make decisions for you, but to influence your decisions and how you're going to do things, then at that point it's shame on you, and spirit is going to allow those things to happen, and they will allow that person to do that, because ultimately you're the one that's allowing it, because spirit has already shown you and you're not learning. So this is where we get kind of like a split in the message, where for some of you, you're learning and this person won't stop as you're trying to grow and do what you need to do to grow, which is why I was like, I'm trying to focus more on positivity and growth than focusing on this kind of negative energy. And for those of you all, spirit has been tagged in, and they're fighting these battles for you. For those of you who spirit has shown you who this person is, this person has revealed their true colors, and you're continuing to try to give them the benefit of the doubt, even though spirit is telling you that what they want you to do is move away from this person. For you, spirit is going to continue to let them to knock you down, not because spirit doesn't love you, not because spirit is giving up on you, but because spirit needs you to understand that I need you to, when I move, you move, just like that. When spirit says move, you got to move, right? But anyways, so back to the original one, because I don't really like to focus on that. Some of us, and myself included, went through years of hardship because I just had to learn the hard way. I can't tell you how many times, I'm not like even negatively judging anyone, because I can't tell y'all how many times people have proven. I can't tell y'all how many times like I dated this one guy, right? And he showed, on our first date, this guy showed me his true hand. He showed me his true colors. He showed me how selfish of a person he was. Like, okay, so a little background, right? So I went on a date with this guy. He asked me out. He seemed nice, was very respectful, when asking me out. There was like a state fair. So we went to the state fair, right? It ended up being more expensive than what I thought a state fair should be. That didn't stay, but things change, I guess, over time. I guess last time I had been to a state fair, I was a child. So going as an adult, and this was still years ago, so I can't imagine how much more expensive it is now, right? But like even then as an adult, comparing it to prices when I was a child, like the fair has gotten expensive, right? So we went, he bought tickets. We like played a few games, rode the merry-go-round or whatever. He had a daughter, right? So he ran out of money. I had a $20 bill, right? That's all I had was 20. So I took my little sister with me because she really wanted to go to the fair. My mom didn't feel like going. I was already going anyways. He was bringing his daughter, so I brought my little sister, right? So my little sister wanted a turkey leg that was like $7.50. That was her thing. That's the only reason why she wanted to go, is because she wanted one of those big, gigantic, bigger than her head turkey legs, right? So she wanted a turkey leg. So me being the type of person that I am, I was like, okay, look, I said, there's not a lot of money here. I just said I wasn't hungry, and actually I was starving because I hadn't eaten all day. So I lied and I was like, you know what? I'm not even hungry. We'll just figure out how to divide the 20 amongst three people. So the three of y'all can eat, right? So, my little sister wanted a turkey leg. So, I got her a turkey leg. I think it was supposed to be like $6 and some change per person or whatever. A little less than $7 per person. So my little sister wanted a turkey leg. No. I'm sorry. I'm telling the story backwards. My little sister wanted a turkey leg, but the turkey leg was like $7.50. And I told her she couldn't have one because there were 3 people that needed to eat. I only had a $20 bill. And if I spent $7.50 plus tax on her and a turkey leg, that would leave less money for everyone else. So I was like, why doesn't everyone just get pizza? Like they had these $5 pieces of pizza, and the pieces of pizza were like huge. Like one pizza was like 3 pieces of a standard size pizza. The pizzas were huge. So I was like, why doesn't everybody just get a pizza for $5? And then the drinks were like $1.50. Like the can, like if you get the big fair lemonades, those were like, $5-6, but a canned soda was like $1 and some change. So I was like, why don't all 3 of y'all just get a big slice of pizza and everyone get a canned soda, and then we'll just divide it like that. That way it's equal, right? So I'm going to find a table. I'm going to find a table for us to have somewhere to sit. It's pretty crowded. So his daughter was young. She was young. She was maybe 4 at the time. Whereas my little sister was in elementary school. She wasn't in middle school, but she was like a little bit older. Or she may have been middle school. She may have been like 6th grade. So I give him the 20 and I tell him to go in line and get, everything for everyone else. So he gets in line at the place where they're selling the turkey legs. So I'm like, what is he doing? So I'm sitting at the table with his daughter. So I told my little sister, I said, hey, go ask him what he's doing because he's in the wrong line. The pizza's at the other stand. And my little sister goes and asks him, she's like, hey, what are you doing? And he was like, now that you mentioned turkey leg, it got me thinking I want a turkey leg. So he buys himself a turkey leg. And of course, my sister is like almost to tears because that's the whole reason why she wanted to come. And she was like, it's not fair. I wanted a turkey leg. How come I can't have a turkey leg? So I'm not getting ready to tell a child no, when this grown man, and I guess like, let me make this clear for some people. They may be like, well, if he bought everything else, then he should be able to have a turkey leg, but he didn't buy everything else. The tickets and things were like so expensive that like we really couldn't even do that much. Like we only play, like really we let the kids play a few games and we watched. So like he if anything, like we may have spent the same amount of money. Like the tickets weren't as expensive as the food. So he got like $20 worth of tickets and the kids, played a few games or whatever and rode one ride on the Ferris wheel, I think you call it. That big thing that goes in a circle. So like we spent the exact same amount of money. So it's not like he spent $100 at the fair and all I contributed was $20. Like we spent the same amount. So I'm like, wait a minute, like, like if you're going to get a turkey leg, then you might as well go ahead and get 2 because that's the whole reason why she came. This is what she wanted. And that's not fair, right? That's not fair. So I told her to tell him to go ahead and get 2. So he went ahead and got 2. And then he was complaining like, well, now there's not enough money to get his daughter a pizza. And I'm like, well, you should have thought about that before. You're the parent here. If I'm sacrificing for the children, why aren't you also? Like, you're the adult here. So he went and got his daughter like this little cheap $2 hot dog. And she was like, I don't like hot dogs. And he was like, just be quiet and eat it. And he made her eat it while he really sat there and enjoyed that turkey leg. And like everything in my bone was like, everything in me was like, do not ever answer this man's phone call again. But y'all, I ended up in a 2-year off and on relationship with this person, even though Spirit told me that day, this is this man's true colors. This is how this man is going to be. If you date him, he's going to be selfish. He's going to look out for himself. This man looks out for himself before he looks out for his own child. Do not waste your time with this person. Y'all, I did it anyways. Why? Being in that lonely and desperate energy, I did it anyways, only to end up wasting 2 years in an off and on relationship with this person who I ultimately left. Why? Because he was so freaking selfish. But anyways, I said I didn't want to spend too much time on that, but I do like to give personal like examples because, I don't want anybody to feel like, Spirit is neglecting you or something is wrong. Cause I know like a lot of, chosen ones, we're empaths. So it's in our nature to always want to see, even when someone shows us their worst, it's always in our nature to want to see the best. So it's hard. It's really hard to sit there and ignore red flags when you just want, when you're in your mind, you're like, well, maybe this person is like this because they haven't been loved correct. Maybe if I love them enough and if I love them correctly, they'll change. It don't happen. Don't work. That person is who they are. Yes, people have the ability to change, but you can't love someone hard enough to make them change. They have to love themselves hard enough to make that change. That's how that works. That's the way it works with you. That's the way it works with them. You can't love someone hard enough and to make them change. They have to love themselves hard enough to make that change, right? But anyways, I want to go back to the song, and I'm going back to group 1, right? Group 1. Well, actually, this goes. Matter of fact, this goes for both groups, because the next thing he says is sometimes we be getting in trouble we didn't want to learn, or sometimes we be getting in trouble we ain't gonna see, right? That goes for both groups. For the ones who, you're kind of inadvertently opening that door to go back into that karmic loop and that karmic cycle because you're not letting go the way that spirit is telling you to let go. You're not moving when spirit is telling you to move. You're kind of getting in trouble with spirit a little bit. You're getting spiritually slapped on the hand because you're not learning and you're not seeing what spirit is trying to show you. Now, for the other group who has learned and has saw, this is actually talking about that person, that black magic, that evil practitioner. They're getting slapped on the head. Actually, they're getting it way worse. Because they know better, right? They know better. At least when the chosen ones do it, you guys forgive people and you get stuck in these karmic cycles out of love. So that's why for you get spiritually slapped on the hand. Yes, it may seem like a lot is happening to you because sometimes your whole world will be falling apart. But like I said, that sometimes is the only way that spirit knows how to get through to you. I'm hearing like Kanye West, when it all falls down. I'm telling you, when it all falls down. Sometimes spirit can only get through to you by basically making everything in your life fall apart. But it's not meant to be a punishment. It's actually a spiritual slap on the hand for the chosen one, because they realize that even though you're in this revolving door, this revolving karmic cycle, you're in it out of love, right? Because you love this person and you just want to see the best in them. This other evil practitioner that's doing it, they're not doing it out of love. They're doing it out of hate, out of jealousy, out of envy, and of course, out of greed. They're doing it out of greed. So when spirit comes for them, I got to tell you, it may seem like to you, you're getting the, what do they call it? Like the rotten end of the deal, like the bad end of the stick. But in actuality, when spirit comes for this person, what they're going to get is going to be so much worse. It's going to be so much worse, right? So the next part he says is, plead, I pray for peace and harmony, right? And this is, I'm hearing for like those ones who are actually, on the part where he said earlier, where he's like, you ain't going to piss me off. These are for the ones who are on that part of the journey where they realize that the best way for me to make strides and the best way for me to get to where spirit is trying to have me be, the best way for me to manifest all these great things I'm trying to bring into my life is for me to focus on me, right? For me to focus. If I want joy in my life, I got to be joy. If I want peace in my life, I got to be peace. If I want harmony in my life, I got to be harmony. So I pray for peace and harmony. That is for that person who has finally come to the realization that in order for me to manifest what I'm trying to bring into my life, I have to be that which I'm trying to bring. I have to be it, right? So yeah, you want to manifest money, you have to be abundance, right? You have to be abundant. So next part he says, he's like, somebody said, fool, you better keep on rapping. Stop that tripping, because it ain't gonna happen. I told them, look, you better mind your business, change your way of living. Change your way of thinking and keep on living. Them started some trouble and ain't been out since. Now you stuck inside scared watching CNN. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to take a quick break and come back. But anyways, let me remember. I remember the lyric that I stopped on, but I can't remember what I was saying previous. But anyways, so like, yeah, like you, no. I know, because I stopped on the peace and harmony. So you have been like focusing on yourself, your growth, on bringing peace and harmony and abundance and joy and love into your life. So like for this person, because this is like, what do you say? Mind your business, change your way of thinking, and keep on living. So like for this person, this practitioner who keeps trying to do spell work, it's like Spirit has told them like time and time again, you need to mind your business. You need to focus on you. You need to keep on living and focus on the life that you're living. And of course, like these people don't learn, right? So I love this part because I'm like, this part really hit. Like, especially if you're someone and you've been going through these spiritual attacks, and you know the person who's attacking you. And the crazy thing about it is like, these people are so weird, right? Like this super weird energy, because like these people are attacking you, and you know these people are attacking you. And these people know that they're attacking you, but they're still trying to play crazy as if like, oh, well, who is it? Oh, well, maybe you can do this and I'm getting like for some of y'all, they're giving you like little things that you can try to ward off these energies. But what they're telling you is not actually right. Or what they're telling you are things that they do that'll actually end up getting you into trouble if you even try to use it. But like they're like quote unquote pretending like they're trying to help you protect yourself from these energies that are attacking you, when the whole time it's actually them. And it's like they know in their hardest of hearts that they know, but they feel like if they keep playing it coy, like they don't know, or like they're so surprised to hear that you're going through this, that like you'll eventually be like, oh, well, maybe it's not this person. It most definitely is. It most definitely is, right? So Spirit is like, look, they didn't started some trouble. And for those of you that gave it up to your spiritual team, that tagged your spiritual team in, they ain't been out since. And now they stuck inside scared watching CNN. Yeah, I'm getting this. Somebody's ancestors and somebody's spirit team has someone I'm hearing so shaken and so rattled that this person is literally afraid to leave the house, right? They're afraid to leave the house. And it's so funny because like the next part, he says, take the precaution so life will be better. Tell your friends to call me. I ain't accepting no letters. Yeah, I'm hearing that this person is like so scared that because I keep getting like spiritual psychosis, like your ancestors are really like in their home knocking shit over and excuse my language, just doing all kinds of things to like really just rattle and shake this person. And when he says like, tell your friends to call me, I ain't accepting no letters, I'm getting that this person ain't accepting no calls, no letters, no nothing. I'm getting that this person, like, you'll know, for someone who is like still on the fence of trying to uncover if it's the person that they think that they are, even though Spirit has given you several signs. I know for me, when Spirit first gave me the sign that the person that I was working with last year was spiritually attacking me, I didn't want to believe it. Because first they gave it to me in like the tarot cards, because I was like, whose energy is this that's doing this? And they gave me a very specific tarot, because they gave me a tarot card, and this is my Dreams of Gaia deck, where it was like the card was like, it was a woman, it was a woman, even though we know like it's energy, not necessarily gender, right? It was a woman, and she had a rainbow behind her. She had a rainbow behind her, and I'm looking at the card for the feminine energy, and because of the rainbow. And the funny thing is that I was asking Spirit, like, who is this person that has been spiritually attacking me? Because someone was doing it, and they were like showing up in my dreams, but they were masked, so I couldn't see who it was. And when Spirit, when that card fell out, it was so not even funny to me, but I was like, I didn't want to accept it, because the practitioner at the time that I had been working with was actually someone who was a part of the don't let me mess this up, LGBTQIA. I think that's how you say it. Y'all, please don't judge me if I got it wrong, but they were a part of that community. And when that card came out, when I tell y'all, like, I didn't want to believe it. I did not want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it, right? And then after I didn't I didn't want to believe it when the card came out. That person was showing up in my dreams, only this time the mask was unveiled. Like I had one dream where and it's funny because I had spoken to this person about a friend, and my friend, previous friend, I don't even interact with this person anymore. That person was actually a Pisces, right? Of all things, that person was a Pisces. And I was telling this person about that person and about me having to let them go, because I noticed, even before I got into my spiritual journey, I noticed that as like I was getting promotions and as I was getting better jobs and better offers and all these things were coming to me, like this person was not happy for me, right? They would make little comments like, oh, well, I couldn't be doing that, or I don't see how you do that. I can't, I like this person started their own business, and I was like right there congratulating them when they did that. But I ended up getting a job that was actually paying me more than what this person was making being an entrepreneur. And this person was like, well, I couldn't be doing that. I couldn't work no 9 to 5. I couldn't get up every day and go to work and work for someone else. And I was telling this person, like, entrepreneurship is right. Like, if you have the entrepreneur spirit, go for it. Like, please go for it. Like, 2023, start your paperwork to get your LLC or file your business license. I don't know how any of that works, but start the process so that in 2024, like you are, when you start that process, what you're doing is you're opening up a door and you're creating an avenue for spirit to come and bring abundance in, right? So for someone who wants abundance in the form of financial prosperity, for most people, I'm getting love. A lot of readings have been about love. People just like, man, when is my Prince Charming gonna come? How come these karmics are married with kids and a big house on the hill with a white picket fence, and I'm sitting over here, lonely and by myself? Like, look, they may be married, they may have that white picket fence, but they having all kind of plumbing issues. They're having infidelity issues. I don't care what they posting online. It is not a happy home. Like, please stop looking on the surface and go within. Spirit is saying, stop being so shallow. You looking on the surface when spirit is trying to get you to go within. But anyways, this person was like, when I got the job offer, and like, I'm the type of person where I don't even think like you supposed to like share finances with friends and stuff, because that kind of stuff does cause animosity. It does. But like, sometimes that's the way you kind of find out that people really aren't your friend. They're really not there for you. Right. So when I ended up getting a job offer that was, paying me more than what she was earning as an entrepreneur, she like started changing and making all these snide comments. Then I had like another friend, and we had this group frat and this group chat. And my other friend is like me, where she's like, I don't want to be an entrepreneur. That's a lot of work. People, love to talk about how much money it is and like, oh, I want this and I want that. Like, I don't think y'all realize entrepreneurship is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of networking. It's a lot of going out here, building up your clientele. It's a lot of customer service. Baby, if you don't even like customer service on the job that you have when you're working for someone else, how you going to be a customer service representative when you working for yourself? Baby, you the boss, you the CEO, you the only employee, you the manager, you the supervisor, you the customer service rep. Baby, you everything all in one, right? Nice little wrapped up package all in one. And my friend was basically saying like she's like me, like, if I had a business idea, and first of all, I don't even really care to interact with people that much anyways. The less I can interact with people, the better. I'm better on like a one-on-one basis versus a mass basis. But like, my friend was basically like, she was like, if you think about it, like, she was like, it's really not that bad, because she was like, yeah, she may work for someone else, but she gets up, she does her 8 hours, standard 9 to 5, or really like 8 to 4, 7:30 to 4, whatever hours. And then you get off and you still have time to like enjoy your day, which I don't. I'm one of them people, when I get off, I'm just tired and drained. Right. But, she was like, you work, she was like, the good thing about working for someone else, especially when you work in healthcare, it's like, once you go home, like the job is over, like, what I do, I can't do from home. I would have to be up at the hospital, at the facility where all the equipment and the patients and the things that I'm doing are at. I can't do it from home. And she was like, when you think about it, she said, you're doing great as an entrepreneur. But she was like, think about the number of hours you put in a day. She was like, sometimes you're, at meetings, you're doing meetings 9:00 in the morning. Oh, Jesus, you jumped in my lap. You're doing meetings at 9:00 in the morning, and you'll still be up 10, 11 o'clock at night, doing proposals and actually, doing the services and getting the things done for your client so that when you meet with them again or you meet with this other person the next day. So she was like, you're putting in, anywhere from 12 to 14, 15-hour days, and annually, you're not making as much. And I guess that comment really kind of like hit her the wrong way, because we have not basically been on the same page since. So because like at the time, my other friend who made the comment was making about the same that this person was making being an entrepreneur. And she was like, if you compare the number of hours that we all work compared to income, she was like, really, you're kind of shorting yourself, because with all the hours you're putting in, your hourly pay is significantly less. And, I'm not going to say like the comment wasn't rude, because it was, but my other friend is one of those, what you call, since I have my friend in my lap, my other friend is one of those kitty got claws. So like if you make like little sly, she's not one of the people where she's going to be like shady or like sly or anything. Like if you make a sly comment and she picks up on it, she's coming out full force. Kitty has claws, and Kitty is about to rip you apart. Like she's one of those persons, like you're not going to sit here and shade me and shade my friend in front of me. You're not going to sit here and throw little sly comments like that and think that I'm just going to let that slide. She's that type of person, which is probably why we've been friends for so many years. And the thing about it is I'm trying hard not to say her name, because her and I actually have the exact same first name, and our middle names differ only by a few letters, right? So that's crazy. But we like, she is like the more fierce version, whereas I was always more laid back. I would let a lot of things slide that she absolutely would not, right? But anyways, let me get back to the message, y'all, because this is gonna be this is going to be probably an hour. This is going to be over an hour. And I typically don't even like my things being that long. But, because I keep getting sidetracked. So this one said, the next lyric that I wrote down was, you heard about me, yeah, you had to. I know you're changing your mind. You ain't the only one with bad news. So that was another one that had me tickled, right? So like, yeah, this person who's been attacking you, yeah, they have heard. They have finally caught wind. Once you tagged your spiritual team in, they caught wind to where they can no longer pretend like they don't know what's going on. Like your spiritual team is taking over. And at this point, I'm hearing this person change their mind. At this point, I'm getting like back to like the part about them being scared. For some of y'all, I'm getting like this person wants to make amends. Like this person knows that there's nothing they can say or do that can call your spiritual team off. There's nothing they can say or do that's going to call your ancestors off. At this point, the only way that's going to happen is that you're going to be the one to have to call them. And it's funny because like this same thing came through with the message that I did previously, where I was like, somebody was telling their ancestors like, yo, enough. Like enough is enough. Like, babes, y'all don't have to do them like that. Like somebody is such an empath. They were like going to their ancestors like, please, like one more chance. Like just give them one more chance. Like let them redeem themselves, please. And it was really funny, right? But that song, One More Chance, came out. I don't even know if I mentioned it in that message, but I'm hearing it right now. Like someone was like, just give them one more chance to get it right. But like, yeah, this person changed their mind. But like I said, the bad news is that it is too late. It is too late. Your ancestors, your spiritual team are on their ASS. what's the next thing I wrote down? He said, it could be your time and it might be. You can't do nothing about it. It's God's will, and that's how life be. Yeah, like this one is like, yeah, and for like the chosen ones, like, and this is for a very specific person. This is not for like the masses. This is for a very specific person. Because like I said, I had a dream where I saw like the face of the Most High, and it was in one of those spiritual, was it like the Angels of War videos, where like there was this thunderstorm and this lightning, and there was this strange sound. Like I'd never heard this sound before. It was just like this really loud kind of whirlwind kind of sound. And so like I look up, and as I look up, there's a flash of lightning, and I see hundreds of angels of war swarming around. And as I see what they're swarming around, I notice it's this gigantic face. And in the dream, I was telepathically told that this was the face, the image of the Most High. So for some of y'all, for one of you, especially one of the ones who you're one of God's like angels, like one of his favorites. I'm hearing like Divine 9, like you're up there. I'm talking about you are up there in rank, right? You are one of God's absolute favorites. For one of y'all, like this person can't do nothing about it. At this point, you can't, because you can't call off the Most High. If the Most High say this is what has to happen, baby, it has to happen. You can call off your ancestors. You can, make peace with your spiritual team. But when God comes down, like, baby, what you gonna bargain? What are you gonna do? Ain't no offerings, ain't nothing you can give to the Most High that's gonna change. No. When the Most High says that this person needs to learn their lesson, and it's in my hands, and this is what I said, this is what I decree, baby, that's what it's gonna be. And for one of y'all, like, y'all are so highly ranked. Like, one of y'all are so highly ranked that God himself came down and was like, I got this one. That's not funny. That's not funny. No one's downfall and no one's demise is funny. But, like, it's crazy because y'all know what's ironic? Not funny, ironic, is that I could tell when, like, this was before I really started leveling up. But like, when you start off on your journey and you're getting like little small signs, like little small hints and I want to say signals, right? But like symbols, those small symbols, y'all, I was having dreams, and this is when I first started my journey. And these were people like the guy from the fair, right? People that like I had dated years ago. I mean, some of these people I want to say a teenager, but like an adult teenager. Like I was dating at like 18, 19, 20. So I was like legally an adult, but like I'm hearing grown, but you're still a baby. That's another Pastor Troy lyric. But anyways, like I was dating years ago, and I'm in my 30s now. I was having dreams where like these people were getting all kinds of karma. Like things were just coming down. Like, things were just going all the way left. I don't even like saying left. I don't really like the whole left and right, because both, left hand path, right hand path, whichever one you choose, they're both necessary. But like, we it's a popular saying when people say like things started going left quickly, it means things were going wrong. But spiritually speaking, left does not mean wrong, right? But like, just like, what do you call it? Paraphrasing or just, quoting, things were going left for a lot of these people. Like, I'm talking people. And then like the crazy thing about it is some of these things were happening. Like I was actually getting evidence, and I was getting proof, and I was witnessing some of these things happen. Like an ex went to jail, had a dream about it. Months later, found out ex went to jail. Had a dream. I had dated one guy, and I felt so bad for him because he had cancer, but his cancer got into remission. We started looking up like healthy, like y'all know Dr. Sebi and eating healthy, alkaline vegetarian diet. We started looking up healthy alternatives. He started getting better. Things were going better. And meanwhile, while he's going through this health scare, he was being an absolute ASS towards me, right? Just for no reason whatsoever. Needless to say, that didn't work out. Had a dream that his cancer came back. He ended up having to sell everything. He was like one of those car people, like he loved cars, had a bunch of cars. And I had a dream that he had to sell all of his cars, including his favorite that he drives only on spec. Like he has his car that he drives on 3 cars. One that he, drives regularly, another one that he drives every now and then one that he drives only on special occasions. Like, yeah, he had to sell all 3 of those bad boys just to get the money to pay for his treatments and to keep afloat from having to lose his home. I ended up, I'm still friends on Facebook with one of his brothers. And after I had that dream, a few months later, his brother ends up making a post on Facebook saying, hey, family is going through some things financially. I'm trying to help my brother sell his cars. And he had that exact car listed for sale. I thought it was so crazy. I had a dream where one ex ended up losing their home. Only to find out not even a month ago, I found out that this person had to move, that they had gotten kicked out of their home, right? So it was crazy, y'all. It's been crazy. But anyways, look, God said, if it's his will, that's the way it's going to be. And it's crazy because the next line that I wrote down was one day it hit you and then it's gone. Yeah. For a lot of them, like I'm hearing like these people who are doing y'all wrong and doing it with malintent. That's why I said, like, for a lot of us going through this journey, we had to learn how to differentiate between people who treat us wrong, but are only doing that because they themselves are damaged and need healing. Because even me, myself, and my more unhealed, I'm not even going to say like I'm fully healed. Like, I'm still going through my healing. But at my bottom and my extremely unhealed state, I was toxic to those around me. And it wasn't even like intentional. Like I just wanted to be mean and I wanted to bring you down. I wanted to make you suffer. I was just projecting how I was feeling on the inside. So Spirit needed you all to learn and to grow and to differentiate between people who are projecting, wrongfully so, but understandably so, who are projecting onto you just how they feel about themselves, and those who are just intentionally doing things because they get off, but like seriously, they get off and they feel more powerful when you feel low, right? And there's a difference. There's a difference between misery needs company. Well, actually, both really can be described as misery needs company. But there's a difference between someone projecting because they just feel so low about themselves and someone being like, yeah, I feel low about myself. And the only way for me to make myself feel any better is for me to make you feel horrible than how I feel about myself. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but there is a somewhat difference between the two because one of them can heal and needs to learn how to heal. And for you, chosen one, I'm hearing like for a lot of y'all may have been in these toxic relationships with people, these toxic friendships. But even when you left, this person started to see how much worse their life was after you had left. And for a lot of y'all, this actually sparked a healing. Like, yeah, these people may have done things to you, but for some of y'all, you actually sparked healing. And that's your gift. As an empath, for some of you, that is your gift, especially if you're a healer. For some of y'all, you're a warrior. But for the ones of you who are healers, like your gift is that you can actually spark the healing in people that'll start their own ascension process, right? So anyways, Spirit needed you to know the difference between the two. So for the ones that were trying to intentionally bring you down to make themselves feel stronger, yeah, I'm hearing that it hit them, but unfortunately now it's too late. And it's crazy because like the very next lyric that I wrote down, he says, and I'm serious and you ain't never gonna feel it till it hits home. That's when the pain runs sharper and deeper. You ain't gonna eat. That's when the days feel slow and long. Like, whew. And I don't know why. As soon as I said slow and long, like for real, all I saw was someone in the hospital, like hooked up to all these monitors and like slowly fade. For some reason, like I'm hearing AIDS, and like I don't know why, but I'm literally seeing someone at the hospital on the bed hooked up to all these monitors. It may even be cancer for some, AIDS for others, but like these long debilitating diseases where it's just slowly, I mean, I'm hearing like you're slowly dying, like your body's slowly decaying from the inside out. And I don't, like, yeah, I'm hearing for someone like they were doing what they were doing. They thought they had gotten one over, but you know what? All the pain that they tried to bring into you, and it's unfortunate because all of the pain they were bringing onto you was emotional pain. Like some of these people tried to do spells where they were trying to hurt you physically, and you may have felt some of it. Like your knee may have been sore one day. I don't know, your back may have been, hurting, may have thrown your back out or something, may have stubbed your big toe. I don't know why big toe. That's just what I heard. But like you were only getting small, little tiny, more like annoying kind of effects of what they were doing. But like the bigger thing of what they were really trying to do was ultimately blocked, right? So the only thing that was really getting through, that spirit was allowing to seep through to help you grow, was that emotional pain. So that emotional pain that a lot of them put you through, it's now being returned to sender. I'm even hearing some of y'all did a return to sender, which, it's not a bad idea to do every so often, every couple of months, maybe every 3 months, maybe quarterly, right? Just go ahead and do you a good return to sender spell, but like some of y'all were doing a return to sender and spirit magnified that, right? I'm hearing times 10, times 20, times 100. Spirit magnified that return to sender so that the emotional pain they inflicted on you is being returned to them in the form of physical pain, right? So yeah, it ain't gonna hit them till I'm hearing they ain't gonna, what did I say? Because I didn't lost my place. They ain't gonna feel it till it hits home. So it's hitting home for a lot of them. It's hitting home for a lot of them, and their days are about to feel slow and long. And I feel bad, but at the same time, I don't. Like the empath in me feels bad for anyone that suffers, but the spiritual part of me, that spirit is like, you need to learn that, there are consequences. Like spirit is telling me, like, there are consequences. We all, even spiritual people, like, there are consequences to what we do. And spirit is like telling me, like, we understand that you feel bad, but at the same time, like this person knew what they were doing and they didn't feel bad when they were trying to do it to you. When this person was doing these spells because they wanted you up in that hospital bed, they were laughing about it. I'm hearing kikiing. They were up there laughing and giggling, having the time of their lives, working with some of these energies when they were trying to put you in this state, only for you. And spirit was like, that's just how much love. That's why spirit loves you. Because you just embody love. I'm hearing Oshun, Hathor, Aphrodite. I keep hearing Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Right? I'm hearing Aphrodite. Like you just embody so much love that you even feel bad for these people having to go through what they wanted to put you through. Like that's crazy. Like it's not crazy. It's not crazy. It's actually beautiful, but it's crazy, right? And spirit is like, not spirit, mystical says in the next line, I know you miss them, so it's time to uplift them. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And y'all, I felt kind of torn on this one because he said, I know you miss them, but it's time to uplift them. For some reason, I just kept getting this feeling of family with that one, because my thing is like, if you're cutting someone off, why would you then turn around and uplift this person, right? And for some of y'all, I know for me, I was one of the ones in my family where my ancestors chose me to try to, not to try, because they're telling me ain't no try. This is what we need you to do, to clear out a lot of the ancestral karma and a lot of the karmic debt that runs in my bloodline, right? So when he said, I know you miss them, but it's time to uplift them, to me, I kept hearing like karmic bloodline, right? So for some of y'all, unfortunately, this person is a family member. This person that's doing this spell work, this person that spirit is coming after, is actually a family member. I can't tell you how unfortunate I think that is. But like, this person is there's been and this is not even just me saying this. There have been a lot of spiritual readers who have been getting messages of people being unalived, of spirit. I'm hearing taking people off of this timeline of I'm just gonna say recycle. There have been several readers saying of people, spirit recycling these people. And if this person is a family member for you, this person is a part of your bloodline. So unfortunately, what they did can become, I don't want to say definitively, but it can become karmic debt for your bloodline, which if you were the chosen one to clear out the karmic debt for your bloodline, you then have to turn around and uplift this person so that you can transmute that energy, right? So it sounds weird to say, but I'm hearing spirit say that's the circle of life. That's just how things go. You have to turn around and uplift this person in the afterlife, not necessarily for them. Yes, for them, but more so for the betterment of your entire bloodline, which also is for the betterment of yourself. You have to clear out all that karmic debt that person did. That's your job. And you're a powerful person. Look at how much you've grown. Whoever this is, especially this Divine 9, this is someone who started their spiritual journey in 2021. This is someone who I'm saying has made, I'm hearing gigantic strides just in the past 2 years. Like I'm hearing nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Like literally you going all the way up, making these huge strides in literally a matter of 2 years. Like who does this? I'm hearing that even for some of these evil practitioners, it took them 5, 10, I don't know why I want to say 5, 10, 15, 20. I just about to start counting. But that may even be for some. It took them 5, 10, 15, 20 years to get to this level and this realization, to get to the point of being able to have the power to do these type of spells. Whereas you out here transmuting, blocking, returning, and you only 2 years in the game. Like you still, I'm hearing you still a spiritual intern. Like I call myself, I don't know, this term came to me, and anybody's free to use it. I don't care. Take it, run with it, do a message on it, start your platform, title this your platform. I really don't care. But like spirit, when I was asking spirit, like we got healers, we got warriors, we got coder, well, let me talk about the other two. We got healers, we got warriors. I was asking spirit, like, what am I? Like, what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Like, what am I? And spirit literally told me I'm a spiritual technician, right? Yes, I have the power to heal, but not in the sense of a traditional healer. Yes, I am a warrior, but not in the sense of one of these angels of war. I am a spiritual technician. For people who, what they call them, master builders. If you believe in numerology, they have master number 11, which is the spiritual teacher, right? Spiritual teachers. Master number 33, which some people were like, it's only 11 and 22. The lies they tell. It's 11, it's 22, it's 33. And me personally, I believe 44 is one too. I believe because 444 is spiritual protection. So I believe that master number 44 is for the spiritual warriors. That's what I believe. Spiritual warriors. 11 is spiritual teachers. 33 is spiritual healer. And this is if you take your date of birth, the day, the month, the year, and add them up. And if you add them up and you get 11, you're a spiritual teacher. If you add them up and you get 33, you're a spiritual healer. If you add them up and you get 44, you are a spiritual warrior. But if you add them up and you get 22, right? And here's the thing about 22. 22 is if 22 is your life path number, or if you were born on the 22nd of a month. This is only for number 22. It does not, first of all, 33, it can't be a thing because you can only be born for the 1st to the 31st, right? For number 11, it does not work for number 11 either. Number 11 has to be your life path number. But for number 22, 22 is a special breed, right? 22 is a special breed. So if 22 is your life path number, or if your date of birth, if you were born on the 22nd of a month, you are a master number 22, which is a master builder, right? Master builder. Okay. Life path number 22s, we are the spiritual coders. Okay. We are the master builders, which in this day and age, because we are in the age of technology, our building has been transitioned to that of being a spiritual coder. So master number 22s, life path number 22s, we are what I like to term spiritual technicians. So if you look in my hashtags, which I got like so many of them because I keep adding more, the very last one says hashtag spiritual technician. Yes, master number 22s, life path number 22s. If you're born on the 22nd of a month, you are a spiritual coder. You are a spiritual builder. You are a spiritual technician. So you have the power to heal by rewriting codes. You have the power to manifest by rewriting codes. What we live in here on earth is a matrix. It's a matrix, right? It's nothing but a sequence. I'm hearing 26,000 long sequence of zeros and ones of a binary code, right? And we are the spiritual technicians, the spiritual coders. You are able to heal. You are able to transmute. You are able to manifest. You are able to protect. You are able to teach, just based off the fact that you have the ability to code and recode this matrix, right? Super powerful. And I'm not just saying that just because I resonate with 22. Don't take it as that, because I feel like if you're a master number 11, that's how much energy, that's how much passion. You should be out here talking like master number 11 is the best master number you can be. If you're a master number 33 and you're a healer, which is very powerful, because you really have the hardest mission of all. I'm gonna be honest with you, because spiritual teachers can teach from a kind of like from behind the scenes, right? Spiritual warriors can I'm gonna take that back. Spiritual teachers and spiritual coders can do so from behind the scenes. Spiritual healers and spiritual warriors, especially spiritual warriors, you got to be right there on the battlefield. Spiritual healers, you got to be sitting there working with the downtrodden and with the sick and with the hopeless and I'm sorry, you got to be working with all those energies, and that can really, really, really pull and tug on your energy. So spiritual number 33 and 44, you guys are right there in the battlefield. Y'all are in the thick of it, right? So those are hard. So if you're a spiritual number 33, you need to be out here talking like 33 is the place. I'm hearing 33 is the place to be. 33 is the best to be. I'm hearing what's higher than 33. Lots of stuff, but it's what's higher than number 1, which would actually go back to spiritual master number 11. But if you're a spiritual warrior, first of all, you need to be out here walking around like your SHIT don't stink, because you already know. And if someone come up against you, baby, really, you're going up against yourself. Anyone who comes up against a spiritual warrior thinking they really about to do some stuff, really, you playing yourself. Trying to play with a spiritual warrior, you're playing with yourself. You're playing with your life is really what I want to say. But I'm trying to keep this as PG, as possible. But you go up against a master number 44, baby, you're playing with your own life. But that's basically what I'm saying is I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm just that, that BITCH, because I resonate with 22, but I feel like no matter what master number you are, if you're a master number in general, you need to rep that. You need to rep that like that's the best one to be, right? But anyways, what's the last part? Because actually the next part really would have gone with what I was saying previously, but as always, my segues be segueing. But he says, try to pick up the pieces and find a way to move on. I tell you the truth, so don't lie to me. Get back, Satan, don't bother me. And that's the way it's got to be. As real as ever, so I hope you're proud of me, right? So I'm just going to sum all of that up, because at this point, where am I even at? Oh, this this week going on an hour and 20 minutes now, or actually almost an hour and 30 minutes. I don't know. I can't add. Anyway, well, I can't add. I just don't feel like adding right now. But anyways, trying to pick up the pieces and find a way to move on. Yeah, if this is like, for some of y'all, these practitioners that are trying to pick up these pieces, but they're not going to be able to, because Satan, whatever you want to call him, is on that ASS. He's on it. And I even said this in the previous reading, that for some people, these people have gotten so out of hand, I'm hearing so out of pocket, that the Most High stepped to the side and let Satan just run amok in these people's lives, right? But, it is what it is. But for some of y'all, pick up the pieces is actually going to be those of you who are having to transmute this energy. For those of you that this person who's doing this may actually be a family member, which I think it's unfortunate, but at the same time, like, that's a lot of energy. And no matter how negative it is, it's a lot of energy. It's powerful. And when you transmute it, it's going to be even more powerful when you transmute it into energy of light. But that's the way it's got to be, as real as ever. So I hope you're proud of me. I'm going to end that right there. I'm going to put these lyrics down because I don't want to read anything else, because then the video will just get longer, and this is long enough. It's going to take hours for this to upload on this slow phone that I have. So it probably won't even post until tomorrow morning, or probably maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But anyways, yes, I hope you're proud of me. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? This person who actually is a family member that's going to end up passing away or crossing over because of what happens once they do go through their transition. And it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a hard one. They are definitely going to be going to the lower level. Some of them may even get recycled. They may have to do this all over again. Some of them will just have to go to a lower level and go through a longer transition process before they can ascend. But then once they do ascend and they actually see everything for what it really is, they're actually going to be super proud of you. They're going to be super proud of you. They're going to be super, super thankful, right? Super thankful. But anyways, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end that there, because I feel like if I keep talking, it's not going to stop. But it was just crazy, because all I wanted to do was just come to my altar and give my offerings. And all of a sudden, mystical popped in my head. And I'm just sitting here, and I come and I listen to the song, and I'm like, yo, this song is crazy, because I'm like, this song didn't hit like this. I love this song back in the day, only because of the bouncing back part. But I'm like, man, this song just hit so different. It hit so. I really wonder how many artists are actually, they talk about the Illuminati and whatnot. I'm not even going to attempt to get into any of that. But before they, even go down that path, I wonder how many of them were actually spiritual. Because, it's crazy. Even Jim Carrey, if y'all go on YouTube and stuff and see those little clips that people show on about Jim Carrey, and this is years ago when he was a young guy, and he talks about the power of manifestation and how he believes in manifestation. He was a lot of people are in that energy of lack and wanting. If you're in that energy of asking the universe, or asking, when is it going to come? When is it going to come? You keep telling me this is going to happen, but when? Yo, it's never coming. It's never coming. You want to know when it's going to come, babes? It's going to come when you say it. When you say it comes. When people tell you when you want to manifest money, they say take a blank check, write a number of money on an amount of money on it, what they call post date. Y'all know back in the day. I can't tell y'all how many times moms and grandmas be out there post dating them checks. Y'all know y'all can't do that. But spiritually speaking, post date you a check and put it in your wallet and carry it around with you. If you got some pink honey or something, put some pink honey on it. Maybe tie some gold and green ribbons around it. And y'all, this is literally stuff that's just randomly popping into my head at this moment. And carry it around you at all times. And whatever date you write on that check, and be realistic. Don't say I want $1 million and write tomorrow on it. Don't do that. Make it at least a year out, right? 2-3 years out. And while you're doing that, make sure you're actually doing the work. Make sure you're creating avenues for this money to come in. Don't just say, I want $1 million, and then, go to work and go home and you at that job where you making $15, $20 an hour. Don't do that. Start that business you've been thinking about. Go after that goal. Go back to school. Get that degree that you wanted, that you were afraid of because you thought you weren't smart enough to get. And the whole time, that's what you were meant to do anyways. Like, create an avenue for this revenue to come through. Do Spirit say, damn, do something. Like, I can't do everything. You know how hard it is for Spirit to bring things down into this 3D matrix when this whole matrix is coded for us to be in this energy of lack. Like, Spirit is like, damn, like, help me out, but you gotta create that avenue. Do some work, do something, right? And watch that come in. So don't ask when, you need to say when. I'm hearing say when. Now I'm thinking of Olive Garden when they're putting the cheese on top and they say when. Anyways, because that's just me being greedy because I fell asleep and didn't eat because my body told me it was bedtime at 6:30 because 6:30 looks like midnight now, right? But anyways, yeah, like you have to say when. Like you say when, Matter of fact, like I said before, it's my money and I want it now. Speak about things, when it comes to love, because love has been a big one. So many readers really keep saying, oh, you have this love coming in. You have this love coming in. Even myself, I don't know how many readings I have where I keep saying this love is coming in and, love don't live here anymore, but you gotta get out of that love don't live here anymore energy. I don't know why that came into my head for someone started singing that, or someone's been singing that. Quit listening to all them old Tony Braxton. I don't know why I'm hearing Tony Braxton. He wasn't man enough for me. Quit listening to that. Listen to some hearing. Didn't Mary J. Blige have this song? Dang, now it's gonna drive me crazy. Feels so good, something. Anyways, Mary J. Blige had this song where she's basically did this whole song about this man that she's just so in love with. Y'all, it's gonna drive me crazy till I remember that song. It's gonna drive me crazy till I remember that song. Y'all, you know what? It is what it is. I'm sorry. I can't remember it. Matter of fact, instead of posting the I'm gonna add the mystical Bouncing Back to my track of songs of the day. And then I'm going to go find that Mary J. Blige song. And I'm going to put that at the end of this one only because, it's driving me crazy. Hold on. I'm just going to look it up. Give me 1 second. Okay, it's getting late and I'm getting tired. I done scrolled through about 50 Mary J. Blige songs. And I cannot find the one that's, I can see, the images of the video or her just standing there, but she's singing about how she's basically just so in love with this man. But it may not even be Mary J. Blige. Maybe that's why I can't find it. Maybe it's a different artist who just reminds me of Mary J. Blige or has that same kind of feel as Mary J. Blige. I don't know, because watch, then weeks from now I'm gonna end up hearing the song or seeing it. But anyways, I'm hearing stop listening to all those sad songs and start listening to more, more songs about love or whatever. Stop putting yourself in that kind of sad and desperate and lonely energy. Do some things yourself, go out yourself. Go, I don't know why I'm hearing paint and sip or sip and stroke or whatever you call those things where you sip wine and you paint images or whatever. Go. Basically, for someone I'm hearing, go bowling. It really doesn't matter. Whatever brings you a sense of joy and fulfillment, go do it. But don't be at home wallowing in your self-pity and then got the nerve to ask Spirit, when am I going to find love? You're not going to find love at all sitting on your couch listening to old Mary J. Blige lyrics. You're not going to find nothing from that except for more heartache. Get out. Spirit wants you to get out. Even if even if you have to make that a New Year's resolution where you say, hey, in 2024, my thing is going to be once a week, and some people may have to start off a little bit slower. For someone I'm hearing once a month, that is fine. Where you decide that you are going to get out, you're going to do something, you're going to go somewhere that involves you being in public around people, do that. And that's how you're going to come across. That's how you're going to meet that person, right? But anyways, I'm hearing what is it? As above, so below. But I'm hearing you have to be what it is that you want, and I said that already earlier in this message. You have to be what you want. That's really how you bring things into fruition. But y'all, this message is long for no reason. Like, seriously, it's long for no reason whatsoever. And I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. I don't know if I'm hungry or more tired. I just know I want to go to bed. It's super early in the morning at this point. I really don't even have anything else to say. If anybody sat here and listened to this entire long, drawn-out message, thank you for rocking with me all this time. This message is a super long one, so I really appreciate it. I try to keep them short because I feel like people will be more inclined to listen to them if they're short. People really just don't have, especially if y'all out here working and taking care of your families and doing this and that. Ain't nobody got time to sit here for no hour, 2 hours listening to someone talk and stumble through this mess. Anybody got time for that? So I try to keep them short. And what I actually should do is break this one up, but then that's going to take a lot of editing. You know what? Forget it. I'm tired. It's enough is enough, right? I am tired. So this is just going to be what it is. And anyone who hears it, I am so thankful. Thank you for listening to me ramble through this message. But at the end of the day, you're bouncing back. And Spirit sees you bouncing back. And last thing he said at the very end was I just want you to be proud. Be something about being proud of me. And Spirit wants me to tell you that they are extremely proud of you. And sometimes you may get in that energy where you feel like, is Spirit proud? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? Am I going the wrong way? There's really no such thing. If you think of it in terms of am I doing something that's going to get me caught back in this karmic loop, then yeah, that's a possibility. But there really is no right and wrong. We have to get out of this thinking of right and wrong. All actions have consequences, and don't even think of consequences necessarily as a bad thing. I guess it is because it's a consequence. But everything has, what do I want to say? I feel like what I'm trying to say. There's a specific word that I'm trying to think about, and I can't. But basically everything that you do causes a ripple effect, right? So if you do something positive, you're going to have all of these positive ripple effects. If you do something that's a little bit karmic and low vibrational, I'm not going to say wrong. If you do something that's a little bit karmic and low vibrationals, it's going to have these low vibrational karmic ripple effects. Everything that we do has a ripple effect. So it's just you learning on your journey. But I just feel like there are too many people who are stressing themselves out about, am I making the wrong decision? There are too many people who have this role I can go back to school, or I can relocate, or I can leave my job, or I can start this new job, or I can start my business, or I can do this, but I don't want to make the wrong decision. There's not necessarily a right or wrong. Everything has a ripple effect. And as long as you're doing what's best for you, and as long as you're doing something that brings you joy, if you're thinking about going back to school solely for the purpose of getting a job that makes more money, that, first of all, that's your decision, but it won't have the same ripple effect as someone who's going back to school because they're trying to do something that's going to bring them joy and fulfillment. If you're saying I really wanted to go to school for, let's say social work, but I ended up getting a degree in business management because that's where, people were saying all the money was going to be. And now you're in business management and you hate it, and but you really wanted to be in social work because you like working with people. And if you go back for your social work degree because ultimately that's what you really wanted to do and that brings you joy and happiness, then I say do it. But on the reverse, and if you're, let's say, doing something and you're not happy, you're I'm going to go back to work to do business management because they make a lot of money and I just want to make a lot of money. Ultimately, if money makes you happy, then maybe, but if that's the only reason why you're doing it and you're not doing it from a place of love and passion, it's not going to have the same ripple effect, right? So don't be so much focused on what's right and what's wrong. Be more focused on doing what excites you and what just brings you pleasure and happiness, right? I mean, like, seriously, if because I was going to say, like, I know, like, for me, and this is me going back to just talking about personal things that I go through. For me, I was working long hours. There was sometimes, y'all, I'm the type of person where I used to always keep 2 jobs. And like, I still do technically, but I'm only, PRN and part-time. But I was the type of person where I would work if I could work my schedule out to where I could have 2 full-time jobs, I would have done that, right? But I was always either full-time and PRN or full-time and part-time. I got so crazy one time, I had a full-time, a part-time, and a PRN working every day of the week. There was never a day of the week where I was not getting up and going to work. There was at one point in my life where there was not a day of the week where I was not getting up and going to work. And like, the money was good, but at the same time, I was so drained. I was so stressed. I was like always angry because I was only doing it for the cash. And like, yeah, Friday, when you get paid every Friday, because the pay periods are offset, yeah, you get happy, for those 30 seconds when you check your account and see there's money in it. But then when, 30 seconds later, when you got to get up and get ready and head on to work, that happiness quickly fades. You can't even enjoy your money because you always at work, So I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Having more freedom and more time to myself, that's what excites me. That's what brings me happiness. That's what brings me joy. I'm going to stop focusing on not being in, or this fear of lack. Stop focusing on needing to have, get paid every single Friday. I'm going to stop focusing on, this fear that I have about going broke. And I'm just going to focus on my happiness. And I ended up going part-time and finding a part-time job that was paying me more money than what I was working full-time anyways. Spirit created that avenue for me because I'm finally moving in a way that brings me joy and brings me happiness, right? And it's just, y'all, it's crazy. But anyways, that is the message for today. And even after I said I'm going to stop stumbling, I still stumbled for another 10 minutes. So anyways, y'all, I'm going to stop stumbling and fumbling, and I'm going to go stumble myself right back into this bed. So y'all have an amazing, amazing day. Most people, or whoever hears this, even if it's just like 2 or 3 people, won't hear it until tomorrow anyways. But y'all have an absolutely amazing day. I hope y'all took advantage of that full moon in Gemini, especially for y'all wanting that love. I really hope y'all took advantage of that full moon in Gemini energy. But y'all know when the full moon comes around, the portals are open for 3 days. That's why the full moon will look like it's full for 3 days, even though it's really not. But it's still open. So if y'all happen to hear this today, you still have a little bit of time today before that portal closes to go ahead and put that out there. Whatever it is you're trying to bring in. Full moon in Gemini. Gemini is about love, communication. Major arcana, Gemini is the lovers. So for those of you wanting love, go ahead and put that out there in this full moon of Gemini energy as we are closing out the year, right? But y'all, that's it. I promise that's it. I have to go, okay? Thank you all for listening. Bye.
The retribution shall be swift, so make it known. I'm fighting for the freedom from whence I rose. Sunburn God with the blood that arrow. Man a hero. Transition from the planet Nibiru. Traveling through every season. The holy mantra is I placebo. Yeah. Man a hero. Transition from the planet Nibiru. Descended from the line of arrow. You better believe it, man, a hero, yeah. No battler, old battler, old goon conqueror, old doo-doo, a babaloo honorer, a loot